Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. The action has already started. Nice interception, well timed. And it's Davids. Applies the finish! Superb from Pele!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Everton are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And he's lost his man here. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Lam. That's a sharp pass. That's a shade optimistic. Beckenbauer with the clearance. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Now that's well seen too. Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Milan are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. He's having a go! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And the finish! Turns and goes back. And it's Messi. And Messi! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Goes for the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? And this is Neymar. And he's let fly! Pele looking understandably energised after his goal. Now it's Neymar. Messi, great defending, strong and determined. Goes forward. Now it's come to nothing. Nice looking ball. Adams gets over and intercepts. They've got a corner here. Corner number 2 then. Beckenbauer clears it away. And he's had a hit! Oh, that is rather wayward.
A message to the wise, it's probably better to try and get him behind that defence than try that over and over.
Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And he's hit, and a shot! Oh, that wasn't far away. So, third corner of the game. Messi gets it away.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Defending was strong and firm. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Volunteers for each block.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Milan go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead.
Substitution for Milan. Number 21, Batistuta. Coming on the
Here we go
field
again.
is number 23.
Milan carrying a one-goal lead.
Substitution.
Messi. He's a sharp little ball here. He's shifting through the gears. Goes for a shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Casillas trying to keep this in. Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Davids. That's Rijkaard. Milan finding their path. Romário! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Could be danger here. That's good play. No, again there's... He's had a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And he hits the net. And this is getting better and better. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Shapes to shoot! And that's definitely not his best. Bale. Now that looks a decent ball. Chooses to go back. He's tried one! It's a loose ball. He's trying his best to keep it in play here.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Milan have the chance to go the other way. Ibrahimovic unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. That is good alertness. Milan still have the cards to affect this game. Lahm tries making a foray down the right. Now it's Pelé. Oh, super ball. An instinctive delivery. Ibrahimovic. Now it's Owen. Oh, good spread. Davids. Messi. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, that's... There's the shot! Yes! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. The breakaway clinical and clean, and the finish unerring.
Well, we all know, Peter, that this is a team capable of breaking extremely quickly. The opposition should have been alive to the danger, but they fell into the trap.
welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud.
Pele! He's delivered all right!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Milan finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Rijkaard demonstrating his defensive quality there. Now it's Pele.
Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. Messi. Nesta.
Knocks it into space.
And he's straight offside.
Oh, that pass isn't the best.
And this is Neymar.
Well, they've got it again.
Zico will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Pele. Davids. Now who's going to be first to this? And he's running through. Not much subtlety about that challenge.
And that has been clubbed away. Lam. And here's Messi. Looking to go, he rises! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
And he's had it nicked away. Milan are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail.
Drogba, real chance! Now, who's in for the pieces?
They want to be quick to recover this.
Tries to get it clear. Owen.
Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Shot a goal!
He's missed, but not by that far. And we have our very first corner.
Zico plays it short.
Now that looks a decent ball.
There's the shot!
Now that is commitment to the cause. Corner number 2 then. Keeper's dealt with that. Tries from distance.
And that will sail harmlessly past.
Well, it was an ambitious attempt, but it'll keep the defence on its toes at least.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away.
Davids.
Half an hour played now. Lam.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Shot could be on. It's Neymar!
And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back. Milan truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Rijkaard. Lam.
Tries to play it through.
Back into the middle.
This looks promising.
Great chance! And it's in! They have come roaring back!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
An uncompromising challenge. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. There's the whistle for half-time. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, for us neutrals, this is fantastic. If you're a fan from either side, it's unpleasant. And as for the managers, check your heart rate.
That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. So we're just settling back into this second half. Nesta produces the perfect tackle there. And it's Messi. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. Milan presented with a golden opportunity here. Ball on the spot. Can he? That is some save from Khan.
Oh, once the save was made, the change to both mindsets could be hugely telling now.
Zico. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Threads one in. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Lahm plays it in. Otto can get it clear. Milan have reclaimed it. Pelé.
Just as I thought, Peter.
It got just the right players for that. Now it's Zico. Rijkaard. Pelé. And this is Drogba. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Milan are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Now, can they get him away? Now, there's a fine ball. And that is masterful defending. And that's really well manoeuvred. Great vision. Skriniar cuts it out. Owen! It's hit the upright. Davids. Now then, the ball's come loose. And it's Maldini. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pelé. Shot, surely! Goal! And they've got their lead back. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Nice looking ball.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
And this is Pelé. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. No foul, says the referee. Oh, truly brave defending.
Some inspired work that. It's good that someone knew exactly what they were doing.
And he's played it back. And he's whipped it across. Defending of the desperate variety. And it's Davids.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And they're not going to make any further progress now.
And that is that. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game?
welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly. And this is Forlan. And the counter-attack is on for Milan. And the pass is intercepted. Looking for the run. Shot could be on. He's had a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? That's good play. And here's Romário. And Romário! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Romário really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that has been cleared.
Del Piero will be relishing this game to...
Chance! Goal! Milan!
That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Milan have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Dida.
Milan are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. He's had a shot! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Petit promptly onto that, and that is that.
Now it's Bale. Showing great feet there. Oh, there's a probing ball. And they're quick to get it back. And that's really well manoeuvred. Jordan Henderson is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And he can clear it away. Maldini. Passing is crisp and sharp. Petit getting this one clear. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this. Pele! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. Messi gets flagged offside. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it.
Bale. And this is Del Piero. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. That is good alertness. And it's Petit. Oh, this looks sharp. Looking to play him in. Decent chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. In he goes again! And he hits the net! Santos are all square. Lacking for neither time nor space. It could scarcely have been more straightforward.
That's shocking.
And Romário! Oh, that was no routine save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
There's the whistle for half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Milan are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score.
Would the father of a boy in a blue hat kindly make his way to the information center?
Santos get the ball rolling in the second half.
Milan are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Del Piero. Now it's Del Piero. Pressure stays on, it is a corner. Petit! Just off target.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
And it's Del Piero. Maldini gets across and deals with it. Bale! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. That's a decent clearance. Ah, that's a fine interception. Milan are looking to go forward now. Neatly clipped into space. And Romário! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Milan certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Davids knocks it into space. Petit. Can he get it through? Has a look and plays it forward. Tries a shot! And he's there to get it away. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
And he's intervened well there. Bale is onto it in a flash.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Stood up well to him there. Lam. Now, can they get him away? Lam. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Into the last quarter of an hour. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Back into the middle. Santos can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Well, Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Rijkaard.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
There will
Great
be one more
chance!
added time.
Oh, it's in! And that has raised the roof! It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
And that is as far as it goes. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead, and ultimately they lost the game.
Attendees,
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
There's a player below, Peter, that I admire on a professional and...
And the finish! Subimendi. Rijkaard. To Azar. Saliba. And it's Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Bale unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Nice looking ball. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
It's Luis Suarez! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
And here's Suarez. Lovely bit of skill. Rijkaard. Raul. Now it's Luis Suarez. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Lahm. Lahm hurtling down that right flank. And it's Messi. Pele. Raul. And it's Davids. And here's Messi. Messi! Oh, the referee's got a decision to make here. What's he going to give? The referee has given a free kick just outside the box. And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident.
You just can't argue with the referee there, Peter. He spelt it out for him earlier.
Great chance here from position A1. Messi! Messi! From another planet! That is a gem! An absolute gem! First blood drawn. Oh, that is a bit special.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Milan have taken the lead.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
And this is Romário. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Davids threads one in. That is good alertness. Can he get on the end of this? Milan are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. That's been cut out, well played. Pele is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter.
It's Luis Suarez! Oh, it's come off the upright. In with the challenge. Romário. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Chance! They've done it! And they're at it again in double quick time. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
So that's two now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Romário. Plays a sharp little ball here. Nicely intercepted. And the first 45 minutes are up. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Milan really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Milan sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. And we're off again. Raul. And here's Suarez. Messi, very much a man of this moment. Now it's Pelé. Kimmich calmly anticipates. Raul. Romário. Aimed beyond the defence. Tries a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are cruising away. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Milan find a position of real strength now. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is constant.
Luis Suarez! And that's off target.
Well, talking about playing into your opponent's hands, that kind of thing is not going to get them back into this game.
He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Well read, nice interception. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
He's gone for goal! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, the defence are in a good position to get behind the ball and let them just try from range.
Scholes.
Milan have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
And that's been won straight back. This is Romário. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Milan with the corner, there first. Oh, what a climb! It's a goal! It is no contest. It is a landslide. A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
It's become a case of men against boys. Davids. Now it's Luis Suarez. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Pelé. Oh, he's burst through. It's not an especially... Oh, great chance! It's there! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Milan are at the peak of their... And Romário! It's in! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
Takes a shot! And that's past the post.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Bale. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Lahm delivers. Tries to get it clear. Can he get it through? Scholes. Subimendi.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
And this is Bale. No way through there. 5 minutes to add. Now it's Hazard. Knocks it into space. Just the keeper to... Luis Suarez! He scores! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Number 22.
They're still trying to make a game of this. That has found him in acres of space. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. Always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And as you can see, we've already started here. Well, we expected better, and so did he. And it's Del Piero. Del Piero!
Del Piero really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
Well,
they've got it back in a hurry. Del Piero. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Marquinhos. He's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on.
And the shot! Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
And it's Del Piero. And here's Forlan. He's having a shot! Goal! Santos! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So, a breakthrough already. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. He's gone for goal! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Del Piero clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Nesta cuts out the pass. Oh, this looks sharp. Milan looking to pass their way through. Lam. Lovely feet. And that's been drilled in.
Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decision.
Oh, that's ambitious. And the goalkeeper watches it past.
No, it's a fair attempt. I think he felt he could line one up there. The odds were never really in his favour.
Thuram. That has been cut short. Now he's got space here. No luck with that dink over the top. Now it's Pele. And no, that was never going to make it. Now it's Del Piero. That is a great pick out. Dida breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. That's been cut out, well played. And it's Del Piero.
Milan truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Del Piero. Can he get on the end of this? Defending of the desperate variety. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And this is Bale. Del Piero. Some resolute defending there. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And the whistle goes for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Substitution for Milan, number 7, Romário.
And we're underway again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Number 22.
Nice looking ball. And he's intervened well there.
Santos have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Milan do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Skims one, and the shot! In he goes again! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Zico. Oh, lovely bit of skill. He is through here. Shapes to shoot. Oh, crossbar. Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Well read, nice interception. Bale. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product.
Oh, smashing against the crossbar. It's in. AC Milan are all square. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And it's Forlan. Now it's Bale. Under an awful lot of pressure. Oh, well played, well played. Milan still have the cards to affect this game.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for change in a tight game like this, Peter, it's all about getting the timing right.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Alarm. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Henderson. Bale. In with the challenge.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
It's Forlan! Goal! Santos! And they get themselves in front! Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Santos go into the lead.
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now.
Shoots! He's got a goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently, and he picked out the perfect target.
Santos go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Santos have it back and can go again. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Zico stood his ground strongly. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Milan perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment.
Hello everybody, and a quick announcement now. We would like
So
to
what do you
ask
take
all to
away from it all,
kindly stay
Jim?
seated
Well,
during the
Peter,
match.
I really
Thank you
couldn't
for your
see what this
cooperation.
team was trying.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And already we're underway here. He won't be happy with that one. And it's Lam. Driving on and making good progress.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just, Jim, seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just the supporting cast in an act where he will always take centre stage.
In the Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Davids. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Rodri. And he's had it nicked away. First quarter of an hour gone. Now it's Ibrahimovic. That's a nicely... Ronaldinho! Goal! Barcelona! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
And it's Messi. And this is Romário. And they're back on the ball again. Milan are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Gullit tries to play it through. Oh, that's a key interception. Romário. Played into space. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Takes a shot! Oh, taken with style. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Barcelona are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Looking for a runner. Rijkaard. And smartly reclaimed. Played out wide. Now, can they get him away? And that has put paid to that. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, nicely intercepted. And that's put paid to a promising move. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Davids. Messi. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. That's an imaginative pass. And he's intervened well there.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And the referee brings the first half to a close. So your views on the first half?
Well, I'm looking at the body language, Peter, and it doesn't look great. It's going to be pretty hard for them to pick themselves up from here. But there's still a maybe at play. Maybe they'll thrive on the adversity.
Thank you very much for your cooperation.
here we go again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Nesta gets across to intercept that. Now it's Pele. Threads one in. And this is Ibrahimovic. He's gone for goal! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Tries to get it clear. And the finish! And that has skinned the post.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
And it's Lam. Probing pass. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Nice looking ball. That's been cut out, well played. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Maldini spots it and intercepts. Now he's off and running. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Pele. Pernis. That's a cute ball. No, he's just misjudged that one. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. No, that's been intercepted. Rijkaard. Lam delivers. And it's hoisted clear. Chance, surely! And it's hit the woodwork and out!
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Rodri. Nesta does really well to win the ball there. Ball is over the line. Takes a shot!
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
He's tried one!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
It's a searching pass. He's given the time to pick a pass. Rodri. And it's Pepe. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Pernis. Now Davids. Rummenigge. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Looking for the run. And he gets rid in a hurry. And that's it. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer.
And an exciting one too.
Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Milan desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many...
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Bale receives it in a wide position. And here's Forlan. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, I think it'll be interesting, Peter, to see what challenge the opposition now bring to Araujo. I really rate him because he can cope with pace.
Terrific header! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Maldini calmly anticipates. Thuram looks to the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
And it's Bale, out towards the flank. He is just caressing the ball. No goals as yet. Now it's Pele! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Pele actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Marquinhos attempts a clearance. Nesta. Nice sequence of passes, this. Ah, that's a fine interception. And here's the chance to counter. Now it's Del Piero. Great vision. Oh, super ball. Del Piero! Goal! Santos! And Santos take the lead. Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Well, talk about making the most of a momentary lapse in concentration. He was just that little bit quicker and smarter than everyone else around him.
Santos have taken the lead.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Petit cuts it out.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Oh, good-looking ball. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Pele. Marquinhos promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Del Piero.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Pele. Oh, super find. He's found a way through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pele. It's Pele!
There will be 1 minute added time.
And again the keeper stands strong.
Another cracking save from the keeper, Peter. He's playing a blinder.
And the first half is done. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Romário.
Here we go again.
To replace him is
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Pele. Oh, well played, well played. Milan do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Nicely weighted ball. No, not quite on the same wavelength. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Pele. Picked out brilliantly. Can he finish? Oh, denied brilliantly.
Del Piero clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
It's their second corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. Thuram is there and he can pick it up. Oh, it's a promising build-up this. Plenty of really nice passing. Del Piero! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Del Piero really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Looking for options for movement. Jordan Henderson. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Decent progress down the left. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Looking wide. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Oh, well played. Now, can they get him away? Rijkaard. And it's Del Piero. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind.
Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Just about within shooting range. Oh, it's come off the upright.
Milan really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
It's Pele! Oh, that could cost them.
Well, you'd really expect him to hit the target from there.
Plays a sharp little ball here. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Good chance here! That is produced there, the crispest of hits.
I think it was one of those, Peter, where he's caught it too well. He's not even looking at the keeper, so he knew where everything was.
And here's Bale.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
And we're done. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour. Oh, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it.
And that gets things running.
Well, Peter, here we have one of the greatest defenders of all time, Alessandro Costacurta.
Yeah, in a sense, understated, isn't he? Certainly, some would say underrated. He's one of the less glamorous members of the Milanese elite from the 1990s.
Yeah, but ability-wise, I think he was on a par with the rest of them. And his tactical versatility means the centre-back, full-back,
Sweeper, defensive midfield player.
Yeah, and we shouldn't forget his outstanding vision and confidence on the ball being almost as important as what he did at the back.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that.
Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Neither side especially adventurous early on.
Saliba.
And it's Romário. Romário, he's got away. Now that is a hefty challenge.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Yamal.
And now the breakaway.
Oh, that pass isn't the best.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Aimed beyond the defence.
Manchester United have got it back and they'll have another go. Messi. So what can they make of this? Now it's Pelé. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Lam drives forward on the overlap. And this is Romário. Romário!
Well, now it's a race for the ball.
That's going to go a long way. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Roberto Carlos goes on a charge down the left. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, perfectly measured that. He's found some big chance! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead!
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
So we have our... And it's been given away. Roberto Carlos.
Milan can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. He's a sharp little ball here.
Good chance here! Really well taken goal. A quite incredible spell. They are flying.